Hey guys, Steve here from Calls and Coins Detecting, and welcome back to another video. It's been about 6 weeks since I've last been out detecting, mainly because I've been working and I was crooked for a couple of weeks, and to be honest it's been hard work finding new locations, so just haven't been able to get out. I'm back at a beach I've been to before today. Beautiful day. It's the middle of June, so into winter here in southern Australia, but it's 16 degrees Celsius today and an absolute cracker of a day, so I thought I just had to come out. I have found old pre-decimals on this beach. I'm hoping to find a few more, although the sand is a bit higher than last time, so it's going to be a struggle. I've got the Manticore, I've got the standard 11-inch coil on, just in beach general, and we'll use that Manticore trick as well with the pinpointer to see if we can find some good stuff. Alright, enough yabba from me, let's get on with it, see what we can find. Well, I got a signal down here that sounded reasonable. Down in this deep hole, I've dug down to it and found it already. It's a mid-50s, but it sounded more like a 65 when I was detecting over it. But it is here somewhere, and I've seen greenness and I've seen an edge of some description. So there she blows. That looks like an old coin. Could be a half penny or something. Pretty toasty though. Give it a rub, see if I can identify what this is. It's coming off this crud. Corrosion. I think it's a half penny. I think I can see the rings around it, so that's going to be a Commonwealth half penny. I'll just give it a scrub, I'll show you what we get. Okay, so after a bit of a rub on the trousers, it's an Australian half penny. You can see 1917 there, so it's going back more than 100 years. Not bad for a first coin found on the beach, but quite corroded. Might clean up a bit better than that, but they don't generally clean up too well. Maybe a bit of electrolysis and it'll come right. All right, let's get back onto this beach, see if we can find something else. What a cracking day though. So I haven't filled my hole back in yet where I got that half penny just there, but I just thought I'd swing back over the hole, as you always should, just in case there's more than one coin in the area, and I get this signal. Now, it's not the cleanest signal in the world, but it's a high 80s, repeatable, and what's the pinpointer say? Pinpointer's not turning red. So that is a very good sign. Definitely worth digging, that one. It's about there somewhere. Let's see what we get. With the target ringing up in the high 80s, could be a penny. Could be a silver coin too, which would be nice. If it's a silver coin, it's likely to be a florin ringing up that high. And I have found florins on this beach, so it's not out of the question. It's quite high on the beach up here, and it's in a bit of a drain area where the tides come right up and pushed everything into this bit of a depression, and then it's kind of got caught here, so I think that's why there's stuff along the edge here. Can't hear it with the pinpointer yet. Alright, so after quite a bit of digging, I thought I'd missed it, or I thought it was actually not anything good. I thought it was a nail. I pulled out a couple of things out of that hole. A couple of nails, a couple of bits of aluminium, melted aluminium or something. However, in the end, I did find a coin. So the Manticore was telling me it was down there, and like I suspected, it's going to be a penny. Australian penny. Give it a rub. Okay, it's in pretty rough shape. You can see there, George VI penny. It's going to be a kangaroo penny, and the year's going to be probably 1946 or 45 or something like that. 40s for sure. Can't quite make it out, it's a bit too far gone, just where the date is there, under the tail. But that's okay, 2 coins in the one hole. Just down deep, that one, really deep. Probably a good, I don't know, 12 inches down, so that's not too bad, and I've got my sensitivity on 22 on the Manticore. Alright, let's see what else we can get. Another signal here. Doesn't sound fantastic, and the shape, the target mask there is not a nice round blob, and that's what you find on this beach, at least that's what I found, is that the targets are not perfect, and so you just have to dig anything that kind of sounds repeatable. Alright, let's get down to this one and see what it is. Well, they can't all be coins. There's a big old nail. Not rusty though, so It's not just iron, might be galvanised or something. Alright, keep moving. Well, continuing just to work my way along this edge here, I've got a target down there. I wasn't convinced it was going to be anything good. Dug down to it, and there's more crusty greenness. There it is, right there. So, I think we've got ourselves another penny. Nice and green, that one. On that side anyway. Yep, looks like a penny. Let's give it a rub. It's coming in at a high 90s, that one, so I suspected not a coin. They can ring up quite strangely, these. Well, I can see again, get it in the sunlight, George the 6th. So it's going to be another kangaroo penny, but that side's pretty roached. It's going to need some TLC, a bit of electrolysis might bring it right. But yeah, we can identify it. That side's clear enough. All right, cool. Let's keep going along this edge. Well, I've got a nice clean signal just under this this ramp here. About a 70. It's actually one of the cleaner signals I've had. Not sure that it's going to be a coin. It's all black on the pinpointer trick, so we'll dig that one up. Not as deep, this one, thankfully. Ah, a little bottle. That's what I could hear was the lid. Huh. There you go. It's kind of cool. Not that old, I don't think. Maybe 1940s or 50s or something. Screw cap. Let's keep looking. Something modern here, I'd say. 46, very clear signal. Maybe a sinker or a modern coin, maybe. Everything else has been deeper and harder to pick up. There we go. There it is, whatever it is. It's little, kind of round. Button or something. Oh no, it's a little charm, I think, maybe. Could be a little charm. Could be... It's not silver, that's for sure. It's too corroded to be silver. Don't know, it could be off a bag or something. Some cheap sort of pendanty thing. Huh. Alright, chuck it in the bag. Keep going. Well, another very suspect signal that I didn't record. Down in a hole, probably, I don't know, 10 inches down. It was about a 65 or so at the time when I first heard it. And it's here somewhere, I just saw it. And there it is, guys. This, I believe, is a silver coin. I think it's an Australian sixpence. You can just see the silver edge there, glistening in the sun. Bit of corrosion on it, but I reckon that'll clean up okay in a bit of CLR. Let me just give it another rub. I can just make out some detail, but it is hard to see what this is. But based on the target ID and the size of it and the fact that it's got a silver edge and it's ringing up around 60, that's going to be a 50%. I think I just saw Queen Elizabeth's head on there, so it's probably a 1960s model, 50% silver, sixpence. I'll clean it up and I'll show you what it looks like over on the side there, if it comes up okay. Awesome. Silver on the board. Let's see if we can pull one more out before we go. Possibly try another spot on the way home and see if it's any good too. Alright, let's keep going. Well, there's a deep one here, but it's an 18, 17, 18. I'm going to guess 5-cent piece. It's a nice round signal, which is unusual for the beach. At least where I detect it's unusual, unless they're shallow. Or not too badly corroded, then they seem to detect okay. Those really old crusty pre-decimals, they don't typically come up perfectly round unless they're shallow on the target ID there, on the target map. And that can put people off digging them because they don't look like coins, they look like rubbish. But you've got to investigate them. There it is. That's a washer, I think. It's some sort of thing off a what's it? Not a 5-cent piece. Okay. Worth digging though. Could have been something interesting. I guess it kind of is. Okay. Well, hey guys, that's me done for the day. Just a short session, couple of hours in the sun. It's actually getting pretty hot there and in the middle of June, so beautiful. I'm at a different beach right now. I thought I'd come down and have a look and see what it looked like, whether it was worth coming down with a detector at some stage, and I might still do that. Not sure if it's going to be any good, but you know, you don't know until you try, do you? So there you go. Well, thanks very much for watching the video today. Hopefully you picked up a couple of tips. What I would say though is just don't look for those perfect round signals on the Manticore, because they're only going to be shallow coins and things like that. The deep stuff doesn't look perfectly round, and you have to get out of that habit of just digging the round ones. Look for those weird shapes. If they're anywhere near that non-ferrous line and you know, the target ID is about right and they're repeatable, then you really need to dig them at the beach. All right, thanks guys, thanks for watching. Happy hunting, stay safe, and we'll see you on the next one. Hopefully it won't be too far away, but you never know. It's hard to get out sometimes. I've got to find some new spots too, so that's going to be the tricky bit. All right guys, bye for now.